Superstars, how's it going? This is Coach Wood. Hopefully, all is well with you today. Welcome to the Before You Go Pro channel. If you're joining us for the first time, and this is officially On the Move with Coach. On the Move with Coach is Monday through Friday, you guys. We get after it with football topics as I get my walk in. Today I'm in the backyard. I've got one of my little ones in the house sleep, so it's daddy daycare today. I'm in the backyard as I get these steps in, but we've got some important topics to talk about, you guys. As always, we've got important things, and I want your feedback. So if you're joining us for the first time and you haven't already, please subscribe to the Before You Go Pro channel. We've got a big locker room show tonight, so this is a great day to rock with us, okay? So let's talk some football, you guys. Every day we're talking football as I get my steps in, and we got a couple of things that are bothering me a little bit. A couple of things that are bothering me, and I need your opinion. One thing in particular. I was recently listening to a show on YouTube, and this guy was talking about watching Michigan last week versus Illinois, and really watching them all season long, you guys. Watching the Michigan Wolverines Blue Blood program. Obviously, many recruits, many transfer portal kids would love to play for Michigan, right? And the guy who was talking during this show, you guys, said it was actually gut wrenching. He said it was gut wrenching. He said it was hard to watch the Michigan quarterbacks last week. Michigan quarterback Jack Tuttle. Also, they've tried Davis Warren. They've tried Alex Orji. They've tried guys that have been highly recruited to be the guy at Michigan. And obviously, Sherrone Moore is the new coach at Michigan after Harbaugh left. And he said, you guys, it was hard to watch. Jack Tuttle had a 22 QB rating. They've thrown as a collective, these three quarterbacks as a collective have thrown 6 touchdowns this year, 9 interceptions. They're coming off of two losses back to back. They're playing Michigan State this weekend. It may be a third loss. They better not lose to their rival. But the whole thing has me frustrated, you guys. It has me frustrated. I work with athletes across the country. Some of them are quarterbacks. We've got quarterbacks a part of the Before You Go Pro family. And for a team to be considered a blue blood team, a blue blood program, Michigan can choose any quarterback that they want. They can recruit any quarterback they want across the country, whether it's at a high school, junior college, the portal. Michigan can recruit any quarterback across the country. Any quarterback's going to take them serious. And you've got 3 quarterbacks and none of them can do the job. You are a blue blood Division I major football program, and you have 3 quarterbacks and none of them can do the job. You know, I never advocate for somebody being let go or fired as a coach. And I'm darn sure not advocating that Sherrone Moore get let go. But he will get let go if he cannot find a quarterback to do the job at the level that he's coaching at. Because there is no excuse. There is no excuse. The words that this guy was using to describe him watching the Michigan quarterbacks this year was words that you would use if you were watching a little league team, a little league quarterback, or maybe a terrible high school. You know, when you say gut-wrenching quarterback play, when you say that you know it's hard to watch it, then you're talking about somebody trying to perform a task that they're not competent for. Me trying to help my daughter with her math is hard to watch. You know, someone that doesn't know English trying to describe what they want would be hard to watch. They're not ready for it. So the words that he was saying was that these Michigan quarterbacks are not ready to be Michigan quarterbacks. And I don't like criticizing the athletes, the kids, especially these kids are kids. I'm just talking about the concept. I'm just talking about how a team that is a Power Five team and a blue blood school with all the tradition and the riches of Michigan and all the money of Michigan does not have at least two quarterbacks that can give a defense a problem. They don't even have one. They don't even have one. And the way, and this is very important for you young athletes to understand, an important thing for you guys to understand, especially if you're a quarterback, the way things work. I'm going to tell you exactly how this is about to play out. The way things work in today's college football, especially Power Four, especially for quarterbacks, is if you get in the game and you don't show anything, you're not going to be at that school next year. You're not going to get another chance. They can't afford it at Michigan. They can't afford, after they take a look at these three quarterbacks, they can't afford to go back to them again next year. So what happens, especially at these big time programs, is kids get burnt out. They get chewed up and spit out. They see if you can sink or swim, and if you sink, they're not coming back to you. They have to go in the transfer portal. They have to go get a big time high school kid. They got to go put down some money and make sure that they don't miss again on a quarterback. Because the blue blood Power 5 school, Power 4 schools, they cannot afford it. I was talking to one of my friends that's a recruiter. He's a college coach, Division I coach. He said, T, we cannot afford to miss on quarterbacks. And it looks like Michigan have possibly missed on 3, okay? Which that's just dumbfounding to me. I, by no means, want to be a major college coach. By no means does Coach Wood want to be a major Power 4 college coach. But if I was, I'm not telling you that we're going to win a national championship. I'm not going to tell you that we're even getting to the college football playoffs. But one thing I will tell you, whether I do great or whether I don't, one thing that I will tell you is that you're never going to say that Coach Wood does not have any quarterbacks. I'm going to have a room full of quarterbacks, baby. If I'm Michigan, I'm going to have a room full of quarterbacks. You give me all the resources, all of the recruiting advantages that the University of Michigan has. You got the big house. I'm going to have a room full of quarterbacks. So I may get fired. We may not win much, but you're not going to say that my quarterbacks can't throw. You're not going to say that my quarterbacks can't make plays. Okay? So I don't know if it's because, I don't think it's because of these kids' talent. It better not be because of these kids' talent. So Michigan better figure it out. If it's on the coaching staff, whatever it is, but you cannot have a 22 QBR at Michigan. You cannot have 6 interceptions or 6 TDs and 9 interceptions with 3 quarterbacks at Michigan. It is not going to work. And it is just beyond me how some of these major programs do not have someone that can throw the ball on a 15-yard comeback route or can't read a defense. Okay, so something is going on at Michigan in the QB room, and I'm hoping that these young men can figure it out for Sherrone Moore's sake, so he doesn't get fired, and for these young men's opportunities in the future. Okay, so that is something that is really bothering me. You guys let me know, how does a major Power 4 program not have any quarterbacks? How does that happen? How does that happen? Okay. And then also, another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about when we're on the move with Coach. You're in my backyard today, baby. But another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the college football playoffs. We are going to be blessed to have 12 teams, 12 programs this year play in the college football playoffs. That means that there's going to be a lot of fan bases that are feeling good at the end of the season and excited about their chances to maybe win a national championship. I was listening to Joel Klatt's show this morning, and he said that he believes LSU, that LSU, Bengal Tigers fans stand up, LSU is going to make the college football playoffs. I don't see how that's going to happen. I know that they're ranked, I believe, in the top 10 right now, but I don't see how that's going to happen. And I know there's some fan bases out there that think that their team is going, but I wanted to ask you, how many SEC teams do you think should get into the college football playoffs? How many SEC teams should get into the college football playoffs? You guys should be seeing right now on the screen the breakdown of how the teams will be selected for the college football playoffs. Once again, 12 teams for the first time ever. Even some smaller teams are going to have some group of 5 teams got a shot. So I wanted to ask you, obviously we all know that the SEC is the big dog. You know, you can't dispute that. The SEC has the best teams, best coaches, best players. The SEC is the big dog. But still, how many SEC teams should get into the pool of 12? So off the top, you guys, 5 conference champions, the 4 Power 4 conference champions, and then you've got a group of 5 conference champion, right? So 5 Power 5 or Division 1 conference champions get automatic bids. Automatic bids. So you already know off the top, one SEC team is going to get an automatic bid, right? Then you've got 7 at large, 7 at large, and you know it's going to go to a lot of the top ranked teams. But 7 at large. So when you talk about the 7 at large bids, how many of those 7 do you think should go to SEC teams? Should it be the conference champion and then 3 at large bids? So you got 4 total SEC teams. Do you think it should be 4 at large bids for the SEC? So you got 5 out of the 12. So that means 8 of the teams are not SEC teams. Obviously, the SEC is going to have the best chance to win the national championship this year. But do you think it should be 4 SEC teams, or do you think it should be 5? And this is a big question because this is going to tell you who is going to get left out. How many SEC teams will get left out? And there's going to be some pretty powerful fan bases that are going to be pissed off at the end of this thing. You know, you think you got Tennessee, you got Georgia, you got Alabama, you got LSU, you got Ole Miss, you got A&M. So is it going to be 3 teams that have big time seasons and big time fan bases that get left out? Or is it only going to be 2? Do you think it's going to be 4 teams from the SEC that get in, or 5? How many deserve to be in? We know that the best football is being played in the SEC, but we also got the Big 10, we got the Big 12, we got the ACC, we got the large teams who deserve to have some representation as well. So you guys tell me your opinion. How many SEC teams deserve to be in the pool of 12? I thank you for rocking with me in my backyard. On the Move with Coach. We'll be back Friday for more football talk. Looking forward to hearing your comments. Looking forward to seeing you join our community. So please like, subscribe, and share. And we will definitely see you guys at the top. Have a good one.